All right, we are now live.
Hi, friends.
So if you ever
yet.
find yourself with an excess of time, I know that's a big thing that exists for all of us this week and last week. If you search for underrated Super Nintendo games, this game tops most of those lists. To the point where I'm not convinced it still needs to be on those lists anymore. People are slowly starting to know about this one.
Can I hear it?
Can you not hear it?
Mm-mm.
Oh no! Okay, hold on. Let me pop back over to Discord. Oh, you're muted in Discord? Does that matter? Are you...
Shouldn't
Karen,
I be?
can you hear it?
You would hear me.
No.
Okay, hold on a second.
If I...
What is it?
I'm gonna go back to the options menu, which has some ambient noise. Everybody give me a minute, team. We'll fix our tech issues yet. There, try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Better?
A little quiet, yeah. Oh, but I can change that, hold on.
Yes, you
There
can
we
change
go.
that on the Discord end of things. Okay. I start my music listening classes off every semester by playing one of Jake Kaufman's just random pieces from his Quackfest albums about what if you wrote a Castlevania theme in the Capcom house style. This isn't quite that, but this is as close to a Castlevania game as Capcom ever made. This is the third in the Gargoyles Quest trilogy, and the fun part about this franchise is there's no two games on the same system. It starts on the Game Boy, there's a sequel on the NES, which is very good, and someday bound to this stream as well, and then, oops, I let it linger on the title screen too long. And then this one, on the Super Nintendo, came out very late in the console's lifespan, but it's absolutely tremendous. It's got a good, like, villainy classical pipe organ style score to fit our demon aesthetic here. But you play as that.
We like bad organs.
That's right, exactly. You play as
Sounds kind of choral here, too.
Firebrand, who is the annoying gargoyle enemy from Ghosts and Goblins. But now he is
Ooh,
center
check out
stage.
that guy. Like a decaying dragon. Is that your pet? Or are you, like, taking him for a walk? Like, come on. Come. Oh, no, you are supposed to pet him. Okay.
Yes, I am. I'll get past this opening scene where I'm kind of been captured and am an outlaw now. Firebrand returns to the demon world after fighting Arthur. And everything is kind of wrong. But you'll notice this stage is very reminiscent... Hold on, I have to fight the dragon again. Of Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, depending on which version of that game you played. Hi, Apidario. Alright, now the game will actually start here for us.
I really like the color palette.
Yeah, it manages to use a lot of color, but still express dreariness, if you will.
Yeah. Like those purpley browns are really, really cool.
Yeah, this is not like Bloodborne.
No.
Which I have often said is like one of the most dour-looking games.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. So
I've said that, did you know that's like one main reason I don't want to play it? Because normally I like open worldy things. Also, it's just hard, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, it's just like the world is just, ugh.
So you notice I can headbutt the background, which is cool. Like 3D in a 2D game. And these ghosts that pop up are the equivalent of the zombies in the first stage of Ghouls and Ghosts, where you're running around as Arthur the Knight with the lance. But in addition to having just a really fun soundtrack, you can hear this cool organ harpsichord music behind me. There's an attention to detail here that just doesn't exist in most Super Nintendo titles. So Firebrand here can float infinitely and has a separate hover animation versus travel animation, which is pretty awesome. Hi, Pete. And also, he can wall grip the sides of buildings. You can see his feet grab there, right? But if you grab it just at the top of what Firebrand can do, he grabs it with his alternate, like a hand and a foot instead of 2 feet, if you're exactly aligned. And I love tiny attention to cool details like that. There's a lot of neat things with the sound design as well we'll be talking about. There's a lot of different attacks you can unlock. Unlike Ghouls and Ghosts, this is not just a platforming game about getting to the end. This is more complicated than that.
Hello, the real Gus. Good name.
Alright. I love this boss theme too.
Also, the way it, like, that sound effect of it coming into existence.
I'm really digging all of the organ-ness to this.
Yeah, where was this game when you did that article, right?
Right?
Yeah, you're not going to get much high-level analysis from us tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very long week for everybody.
If you ever get any of that from us. Well, from me. I'll speak for myself.
Yeah, this week has just been a lot.
The good news is my antibiotic is working, so...
Yes, I did. I smacked the boss's, like, stone body and took stuff out of it. Because I'm a good video game player.
That's intense. I like that you can wall hug there. Only day 4 of the semester. I just had my second seminar last night. It went amazing. So I am really excited about the group of students I have this term.
It's awesome.
Some of them are already proposing final projects to me on some really interesting topics. So life should be good. For those that don't know, I'm doing gender in music this term. So
nice.
It's really exciting because it gives me an opportunity. You know, I've obviously done some gender reading, but it's not like my main area. Although I feel like when you're in identity studies, reading a different intersection, you know, a lot of it's not like I don't understand what's going on in it. It's just like, oh, okay, I need to read this stuff because I haven't yet.
Yeah.
So a lot of really fun things. We're doing Medieval Week next week. So.
This jump in particular, sorry, I'm got a nerd out here. The height requirement, unless you're pixel perfect, you're gonna catch it down here, so that you almost always will see Firebrand's Coolio animation here. Yeah, so Karen, Elizabeth has asked, we must go down the line. What are you teaching this term? Oh, you're on sabbatical. Nah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Dana, you gotta do then. Music and gender, and do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, I thought you might have been doing 2.
No. Not unless another contract shows up for somewhere. But yeah, it's a graduate gender music course, which means it's also going to get into sexuality. A lot of times, those are intertwined in post-course. I mean, I will happily send y'all the syllabus and/or any readings. I have pretty much copies of everything now. Yeah, if y'all are interested, it was fun because like disability, I sort of knew off the top of my head most of the things I wanted to assign, and then I kind of built out themes from there. This one, I like kind of dug around and then built themes from there, and going like, ooh, here's some Dolly Parton work. Let's do a week on Dolly Parton. So it was like much more hodgepodge, but it came together a little bit more quickly. I think just because the literature is more established, the library owned a lot more stuff, so it was just easier to. Yeah, let me send the syllabus. Anybody else want in on that email while I craft it?
I already have it, but I feel like there are some weeks where I'm going to be like, I wanna visit.
Yeah, let me know about that.
Totally.
All right.
I'm gonna guess, Elizabeth, your Gmail is good because I don't think I have your new address.
So I'm gonna let this piece just roll for a minute. I love this Capcom House Rules Castlevania aesthetic this game's got going on.
Wait, it froze for me.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Is it?
It's frozen mode 7 for me.
Oh, weird. Okay, I'll just reshare very quickly in Discord.
Cool. Yeah, I thought you were pausing because Dana was asking for email addresses. So I was like, oh, we're being all polite.
Let me know if you can see me jumping around now.
Yeah, you're good.
Notice I have no more wings. This version of Firebrand can't fly. I gained the ability to shoulder charge instead. We'll be using that a little bit later, but not yet.
Question. Is the blurred double image when you fire charge an aesthetic choice or a tech boundary?
This thing? That is a aesthetic choice the game is making. Alright. The gargoyle, though, while you charge, you can bust these out. That's what we're doing here. The ground-based charge shot here is also double strength relative to other things. In any case, I am teaching video game history and intro to video game audio and esports, Twitch TV broadcasting.
That's a pretty regular load for you, right? In terms of the...
Yeah, that's my usual classes. Standard 3. Next semester I'm doing a lot more music, and a lot less of everything else. Oh, I'm gonna eat it, team. Yeah, I'm done.
Aw, you melted.
Yeah, so for folks that know Instagram, they know that I was sort of out of commission this week because I had a blocked milk duct. I don't think it went into like full-blown mastitis. I didn't have like a fever or anything, but they put me on antibiotics anyway, so I've been kind of slowed down this week. But I'm feeling better now. That's good.
If you try to cheat and fly through everything like Super Mario World style, the game adds more of those flying enemies to
that makes sense.
To block you.
That's cool that it can react to you dynamically.
It is, yeah. This is a late You notice how as soon as I take flight, it starts to act? This is a much later Super Nintendo game, so it can do some of that cool stuff. Is there a health thing in one of these? No? Okay, fine. We'll just have to be good, that's fine. I am also, for those of you who have not yet heard, acting as interim esports director for Michigan State, which is awesome, but it's taken up a lot of my time. I'm gonna concentrate for a hot minute here.
Oh, that's a fun one. Have I talked about Sideways before, the YouTube channel? Whoever runs that has a really fun video on like why Anglican sounds scary. I'll share it in chat. The whole channel, I've enjoyed most of their videos. It's one of the rare like kind of music analysis-y channels. It's not really I don't know. I don't think that they tout themselves as like a music theorist in particular, but they do like critiques of like music in the live-action Disney remakes. There's a lot of musical theater stuff.
Nice.
It's all been really good. There's one that I may have shared here before is comparing Cats the Musical to the movie adaptation and then sort of explaining like what all they got wrong in terms of adapting the music specifically. Yeah, there's stuff on auto-tune, like it's a pretty fun channel. So I recommend it. But yeah, that pipe organ one was like a Halloween one-off. It was very fun. Oh, I've always wanted to watch Mono Sense Fate. I've seen Plan 9 in terms of like, you know, the comically bad. He's Plan 9 from Outer Space, but not Menace.
Okay, we're doing well this time. He's already starting to blink.
I wasn't gonna go there, Andrew, but
Hey.
It's a nice. I think it's a nice level in terms of like being for a YouTube audience. Hello, Jarrell. I was gifted a sub to your channel. It's very exciting. It's whenever we rated him, somebody gifted me the sub. I just don't pay enough attention to my notifications in Twitch.
Now, Andrew, don't maintain feuds that don't need to be there. Now, I mentioned this game's more like Super Metroid than it is like a standard platformer. Even though it has set stages, there are multiple routes through each stage. So we're going to explore an alternative right here.
Let's see. It was Sweet Beegis gave me a tier 1 subscription to you, Jarrell. And then you gave me a subscription to Swag Fam, so I'm just swimming in the subscriptions at the moment. I'm feeling the love. This game is giving Elizabeth big goth Kirby vibes.
I love it.
That might be a tweet for the night.
No, Dana did not say that you're wrong, for the record.
No, you are not wrong. Well, I'm tweeting it. It's so good.
Yeah, this is the most pleasant looking, like, this game has demons and all sorts of, like, goth, some vaguely Catholic things in it ever made.
Catholic.
With the exception of Gargoyle's Quest 2, which is absolutely a Kirby game, and, like, he's, like, chibi there and very, like, cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, draw all the needless comparisons. love them.
Yes, agreed. The
Is this the level
firepower
where we finally find the Catholic boy? You mean for the
lights
game
the
we were playing
torches.
with Garrett? No, we found him. We just decided we didn't want to take him back.
You mean the adorable boy with the pert bottom?
Yes.
Oofta.
With the
That's
noose
what I would
around
say to
his
that.
I like that you light the chandelier when you do that.
I do like the chandelier like lights up the whole space. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a very Metroidy slash Zelda. Zelda
Yeah.
has just the like eyes swimming in goo.
Yummy.
Oh no! Get me out of it. Ew. Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Spoopy eye goo. Get out of that.
thanks.
I would very much like out of it.
We are definitely heading into spooky season. Has anyone had the like Starbucks apple whatever that they just came out with?
Did not
No.
even know that they came out with an apple thing.
Yeah, instead of just the pumpkin spice latte. Let's see what it is. It's like an apple crisp drink.
I'm not
macchiato.
ready. I'm not ready for fall yet. Not that I need summer forever, especially because I love cold weather or cooler weather, but I'm not ready for time to be moving that fast. And we need a lot more time before cold weather puts everybody indoors.
Legit.
I already feel like I've been stuck indoors because of the heat and the humidity. It's been like hard to
Yeah.
even take the baby out.
That and our wackadoo pouring down rain constantly over
Yeah,
here.
we've had a lot of that too.
I would very much like for my house to dry out a little bit. But the good news is that over the next week, I may actually get some repairs done. Like, so that my chimney doesn't pour water into my kitchen and basement during storms. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be great. So I spent a lot of time last night with towels. And ruined
that's-
one of my
that's
best
really
towels.
frustrating.
I ruined a good towel with rusty chimney water. And I am very unhappy about it.
No. Come on. Hold on. We're gonna switch back because I think this has more range. Oh.
no.
No, team. I have to fight this again now. Hold on. Yeah, just from here. That's not bad. We'll fast forward for a minute once it starts moving. There we go.
I think it's interesting that, like, right now I'm reading that timbre is choral and not as organ.
I am too.
I read this as vocals, yeah.
See, now it's back to organ.
I forgot to get something on the way here, so I only can have one shot out at a time. So if I miss, there's like a long delay until I can fire again, which is causing me some problems right now. There we go.
I made the best smoothie. It's very thick though, so it's like I have to tip it over completely to get any of it.
There we go. Alright, come out, big, crazy eye thing.
Fuck, Casio vibe.
It's about to fire again. There we go. It's done.
Nice.
Hey.
Alright, and I now get a new fire gargoyle upgrade. This game's big gimmick is that I'm going to be transforming into a lot of different ones, assuming I play well.
Oh, feel better, Elizabeth. Weird headaches.
no.
No
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Weird headaches are everywhere. I have one.
For
but I'm
sure.
muscling through.
And nobody likes them.
I'm gonna eat a donut.
Alright, so now we'll move over to this new power I've got, this green. Clearly not fire sounding thing. It's just called Buster, because it will break the bricks.
Yeah, Andrew, I feel that. This is the first time that I've had a headache, though, but I think it's mostly related to my jaw and not so much to the weather. It's still tender. Today I got to go to physical therapy for my jaw, and they dry needled my face. So my face is sore.
That sounds painful. What is exactly that?
Dry needling, we've talked about that before when I had it done on my back. It's exactly what it sounds like. They stick a dry needle into you. Kind of like acupuncture, but not. They put it directly into the tightest part of whatever muscle they are trying to loosen up and wiggle the needle around in the hopes that it will stimulate muscle contractions and then bring blood flow to the area, and then the muscle will relax and the blood flow will bring healing. And it did help a little bit, but it's residual tender for sure.
What's confusing about that, though, is it implies that there's a wet needling. Is there?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's dry because it's like it's not going into a vein. It's like, I guess that would be like a needle that draws blood is wet, but this is not intended to draw blood, although it did bleed a little.
Oh,
So I don't know if that's
There
or
are
what.
both. I'm about to see what the difference is.
Yeah, I do not know.
Okay, wet needling is whenever there's an injection given.
Okay,
There's like a liquid in it.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no liquid in this.
So because I found the breaker, this Buster power, in the previous stage, I can break this wall and then headbutt my way in here. To get that
That
very
was
quickly. We'll put that on. Gives me more skulls dropping.
Andrew, it is not a random person stabbing me. It is, in fact, a licensed physical therapist. It's not a guarantee that it will work, but I would imagine that it has scientific foundation to support it. I've had it done before when I had persistent back pain, and I can say that it did in fact help tremendously.
And I mean, that sort of thing is nice for folks that would have, want to cut down or avoid pharmaceutical interventions. My mom does acupuncture for that reason.
Oh no, I mean this has nothing to do with pharmaceuticals and it's not acupuncture, so I don't know how to articulate the difference between the two, but...
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like, in my mom's case, she, doesn't get dry needling, she gets acupuncture, but, like, it's to treat stuff instead of having to just get put on a pill for something. It seems like it works really well.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see about how this,
Hi, Angie.
how this works.
Tell her she's my favorite.
It occurs to
Andrew.
me, now that the forest, we've seen the boss once, right? So now I can just fly backwards, and there should be a little thing for me. Let me see where it's at. Yeah. More HP is good. Now we can finish that boss and be on our way. You'll notice how there's built-in difficulty reduction on your second try here. Because the forest is burned down, there's no place for those birds to crash into and therefore become fires. No, I still can't do it. Hold on. Sorry I'm not doing very well today, team.
You're doing just fine, and you're doing better.
It's all good, and if you get annoyed, we can play anything. We are keeping it chill tonight.
Yeah.
I want to get to a certain stage here, and I'm not far. And then we'll see if we...
What else do we feel like?
I don't know, when I've had a long week, I go to Super Nintendo games. That's just, I think, the age I'm at here.
I just had a lot of fun with Bubble Bobble last week.
That was fun.
I honestly just want to play Bubble Bobble. In my copious amounts of spare time. Which I can, at this point. Although I finally moved on to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes! Odyssey is so good.
See, okay, I haven't been playing it for very long.
You skipped Origins.
My...
I see. No, you played Origins.
Yeah, no, I played Origins.
Right.
I was about to say, I like Origins way better thus far.
Now, are you the boy or the girl?
I am Cassandra.
Okay, good. Yeah, you should be Cassandra. She's way better.
Okay. Well, I
One
mean,
more try
that may
this.
be, but I haven't gotten so far into Odyssey yet that I can really super critique it. I like it, but overall, I like Origins better. My big complaint about Origins was that I apparently finished the game and didn't know it and kept playing for a week looking for more things to do. Because there were still a couple of side quests and
Oh,
bits
yeah,
and
yeah,
bobs. And at some point, I was just like, well, okay, so what do I have to trigger for the main quest to come back up? So I did a Google, and it was like the last of the main quest items is the Birth of the Creed, and I was like, I did that days ago! That did not feel like the end of the game. It just didn't. It didn't feel sufficiently finished enough for me to have recognized at the time that I was in fact finished the game, which I kind of would have liked. So that's my only complaint about Origins. Other than that, I adored it.
Yeah, I love Origins. I actually still haven't finished it.
Sorry.
But I'm almost at the end. I know how it ends, and I mean I'm within a couple of things. I didn't defeat all the war elephants was basically what I had left.
Oh, I didn't defeat all of them. There's only the one, I think.
Because they're a pain in the butt. But I almost 100%ed it.
I did not 100% it. So yeah, I did leave a couple of things undone because once I found out that I had technically finished it, I was just like, well, poop. I want to play something else now. So I got Odyssey and I'm playing that.
Good times.
Right, this
I've
is the
only
level
got
I wanted
that.
us to hear. I really like this.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. Again, very Metroidy spikes there. This is really testing your flying here.
Yeah, you've got to be good at it by now.
Sneaky.
The interminable backlog.
I feel that.
I don't really put mine in any particular order.
Oh, my backlog is just there's no order. But it's kind of where I just felt like being. I can't take it with me when I'm traveling. So I've started it and that's fine, and I'll continue it when I come back, but I can only take with me my Switch and Steam, and that's plenty.
Yeah. A lot of good things between those two.
Well, I'm somewhat limited on Steam because I'm only taking my work Mac, and I don't put a lot of games on that. And I haven't played my Switch since, like, it's been months. I haven't picked up, touched my island. I haven't played Animal Crossing in, like,
Yeah,
a
it's been a
month.
while.
Very weird. Or Stardew. I got really into Stardew again, and then I put it down and haven't picked it up again. But I have a couple of other Switch games that I haven't really spent much time with, and honestly, I haven't played Horus in a while, so I may actually go back into that and try to get a little further ahead for the next time we stream it.
I miss my farms. After the next couple of projects here, I need to finish Spiritfarer, I think. Kind of the next game I actually have to play for things.
I don't know, I feel like my last couple of chapters have involved so many freaking games
Yeah.
that I can't even think about what do I need to play next for what, for a project? For what? Like what?
I actually have to finish Bravely Default 2 for this project I'm working up for Dana. And
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to that game for a long time, but it's going to feel like work when I actually finally get through it for work. I don't know how to articulate that difference well to folks who have never had to play games for work before, but it's work.
So many of you are writing for me as I'm like looking over the chat. Because Karen's doing a chapter, and Andrew's doing a chapter, and Kate's
Is this the
doing a
cartoon book
chapter.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down when the weather turns a little cooler and do a massive rewatch of Drawn Together for that.
That'll be fun.
Nice.
Cannot do that while I'm in Maryland.
So,
I'm excited for everybody's.
on the map, there's 4 stages. This is a Mode 7 kind of funky map. There's 4 stages plus building available to us. So we will go over to building now, having finished the 4 stages, right? That makes sense. This is just the last thing. It's the last guy. We have
Kate,
arrived.
you're ahead of me. I haven't even sent that message. And the thing is, like, I am so excited about mine, and like, it's gone in some really interesting places. It's just been slowed down by life.
Oh, me too. I'm not done yet. I didn't want to have to admit that out loud to everybody, but as long as everybody else is, I will join the club.
I think Julianne and Karen got theirs in, but
I did finish my chapter for Will, and I'm mostly pleased with it, and he seems to like it. However, it's twice as long as it's supposed to be. So,
Maybe it'll
I'm
make up
going
for the
to-
fact that as of right now, mine doesn't exist for Will.
yeah, Bill O'Hara and I were joking about that. Where I think it was Bill, where he was just like, "Yeah, I finally just sent it in. It was like twice as long or something like that," and it was just like, "Can we donate words to each other? Is that how that works? We balance each other out?" Yeah, so I'm going to have to redo some of this chapter for Will to pull some stuff out and tighten it up. And I just turned in another book chapter on more medievalism stuff in games, but it's not for a music-centered audience. It's a book on Middle Ages in games. So I'm not sure that I walked the line I wanted to walk there well enough with explaining certain kinds of topics and tropes that I was talking about, and I don't know. I just don't love it. I don't love it. I would like to get the chance to revisit.
yeah.
So I just picked up this purple projectile shot. It lets me fire on spikes and make a platform. You see me using it now to good effect here. On this boss, who I'm trying to fight early. And get us our bad ending. On the repeat, he doesn't do the dialogue again, which is nice. I like games that, like, acknowledge, even if subtly, that, yeah, you did the story stuff and then sucked, so now you can try it again. Ah.
Yeah, I don't have very much of anything interesting to say about this music. It's fun to listen to, though.
Yeah, I wish I had some better analysis than it's clearly like a Castlevania but Capcom House style thing.
Well, we've talked about the organ trope, the choral trope. I mean, playing on the Gothic, all of the, evil medieval. Go read James's work.
Right.
But it's not as evil as it could be in terms of an organ sound. Like it's definitely a very particular kind of
Lawful evil.
Yeah.
We're going D&D
lawful
alignment.
evil. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say like it's video game organ. It's that mixture of, I want that Gothic organ sound with, this needs to be fast and somewhat, if not polyphonic, then like arpeggiated and blah blah blah. And it needs to sound, propulsive.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
So,
I
he is not
actually have
destined.
good news.
Oh, what's your good news?
That's just the week it has been, and it came in the midst of everything being like really annoying, and I was just kind of like gobsmacked, and then now it's like hitting me again. My Bach article won an award.
Whoa! Congratulations,
Toccata
that's
one?
awesome.
Yeah, the 8-bit translations of the Toccata and Fugue in D minor won the Scheide Prize from the American Bach Society. They sent me an email out of the blue and said, who is it? Particularly admirable is the scholarly rigor you brought to your study of Bach's music in the context of modern culture and consumption. You've merged impressively one of the oldest subfields in musicology with one of the newest. We heartily welcome and seek to support work such as yours, which helps bring Bach studies into the 21st century. Like, such a nice email.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really,
You need
really
to, like,
cool.
So
put
I
that
got
on
that
the
in the
wall.
middle of like trying to call the hospital to get an appointment with my OB and like not hearing back and getting, catastrophizing about that, about like, oh no, I can't get an appointment and this gets worse. And then my mom had come over because like I could barely pick up Josephine. I was in a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I want an award. And like it just kind of like flew out right out the other end. And so now I'm like kind of coming back to it. I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
That's awesome. That's
So
a
I've
really,
never
really cool
won an
thing.
award before. Other than like, little graduate student within my own department ones.
That's really, really neat. I think I just cited that article in all of the chapters that I've just submitted.
Aw,
Like, it shows up in everything that I've just turned in.
dang.
Because everything that I've just turned in has to do with, like, tropes. And it's all, like, and as I've mentioned before, there's the stuff about Organ, and then I have to cite Dana and Will. And then there's some stuff about Evil Medieval, and I have to cite James. And then there's some stuff about... And it's just, it feels very, like, in many ways, like I've repeated some of my other scholarship that I've already written, but then I'm citing the same people, and it's just cool, because then it's just like, well, this is this little web of scholarship that's making these points.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really a neat feeling, because everything that I write is very much for me. So, at the end of the day, like, if I, feel like I get something really cool out of the process of pursuing a line of inquiry, then kind of doesn't matter to me if anybody else cares about it, or if it's, I'd like for it to be useful and, for somebody else to think it's cool, but it's not like I'm really trying to seek any kind of prestige or anything. It's just kind of like, here's an interesting thing that I held up to the light and maybe somebody else will think it's cool. But that was really neat, that it wasn't Pluto specific, that it was coming from the Bach studies side. That was
That's
really,
very cool.
Yeah, that was what really felt like unbelievable to me, and that I'm still kind of processing.
Maybe the Ludo side of things should create an award. It occurs to me.
Isn't there one?
The UK group has one, I think, but I don't think that the North American studies folks have one. Should the conference have one? I don't know how that works.
Well, wouldn't we need an endowment of some kind so that it wouldn't just be like, here's a title, but we could actually like give people a prize?
I mean, I guess there are some places where you just like, congrats, you have the best paper of the year, and you're like, thank you.
That's true.
I will put that on my CV.
That's true. It is a nice thing to be like, here's a little bit of cash.
Here's $50.
Hey, I take it. Every little bit helps.
Right.
Now, I finished each stage roughly a single time. I did stage 2 twice. There are 3 different boss fights for every single stage. There's a hidden 5th and 6th stage we did not see. If you explore enough, more of it will open up to you. There's just a ton of depth to this thing that's really fun to explore.
It's cool that you were able to do a straightforward plot through it, but that other folks could go back and do the rest.
Do you see this like big side-winged firebrand there, the blue one? We didn't unlock that character, right? This is the game kind of hinting to you that there's more. This one can fly upwards vertically, which the others can't do. You can only hover.
That is a very strange creature.
Flyer. I love translations of the 90s.
Like, that's very simple.
Hooray, Capcom.
Hooray.
And I think if I sit here long enough, it'll reset to the title screen. Or you can save your progress with passwords and do it that way. But at the same time, would I play 4 stages of what amounts to a longer Castlevania game? Like, if I had to replicate that, it wouldn't be the end of the world, right? There's just a lot more going on here.
Neat. That's pretty cool.
The other game I wanted to do, because Dana's with us today...
Well, now I'm curious.
Is I really like Mega Man games that don't use the 8-bit graphics.
So you gonna play one of the X games, or?
Nope. I'm assuming you've played this, Dana, but I don't actually know.
I wasn't looking in the right place to see what you were loading. Such a pleasant little intro. No, I have not played Rockman and Forte. Listen to that funky bass line.
Right, yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is giving me energy.
So this is... Mega Man 7 was on the Super Nintendo, and it's a very good game, but it was not super well received by those of us who were, like, emotionally invested in Mega Man, which is... I'm willing to at least put me and Dana in that category. And they went on to do Mega Man 8 on the PlayStation, which... They liked the art style of that game, but hated basically everything else about it. There's voice acting, which is not good in Mega Man games. There was new mechanics added, which were not awesome. And people wanted more Super Nintendo stuff. They found a way to have the exact same set of graphics on the PlayStation back on the Super Nintendo, and they made this Japan-only celebration of Mega Man game, which you're now seeing in front of you. Do you have a character preference, Dana?
No.
Alright, I think we might play as bass, just to, like, differentiate a little bit.
Yeah, I'm loving the space sample. Hello.
And the stages are all the same and the music's the same. It's our character choice is different. Bass cannot charge his gun because he gets a machine blast.
Huh. He just pelts everybody quickly.
And a double jump.
Nice.
And he has Mega Man X's dash instead of Mega Man's slide. Which, because he gets a huge dash jump, though. So this is kind of like the easy mode of the game. Which I admit is part of why I picked it. We're a chill vibes stream tonight.
Chill vibes only.
Okay, I don't have it yet. But I love how much bass they get out of all these tracks. They still sound like Mega Man tracks. But listen to that bass line now.
Yeah, this music is exactly what I needed.
I don't mean this in any bad way, but like the bass line aside, I feel like I'm in a late 80s department store.
Yes.
I'm doing back to school shopping with my grandmother circa 1988 in like JCPenney.
There's definitely a Muzak feel to it. Happy to grant that.
It's that particular vibe of department store when department stores weren't playing pop music.
Right.
And they all had their own like Miyazaki type stuff that they played instead of pop.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me of that.
Music in retail settings is super interesting to me, and I imagine that there has been a decent amount of work on that, right?
I would assume
On
so.
what, music?
Yeah, or just not even necessarily music, but like stuff that's been kind of cultivated. Like Anthropology, for example, cultivates their own playlists. They do not play radio.
Sure.
And it's all they have, you know, people that are higher ups in the company that are trying to find music that's a very specific vibe based on their market research about the type of person that's going to be in their store. And the music is meant to kind of align with their tastes, but also convey something about the current collections that they have going. So I'm curious if folks have worked on that type of thing.
I hope you don't like Proto Man, everybody, because he's kind of down for the count here for the game.
I do like Proto Man. It's hard not to, as a big fan of Mega Man 3, you know? You kind of like, your heart goes out to Proto Man if you play 3 a lot.
He's got a more friendly line for Mega Man there. Though I will point out, this is a fan translation, so it's open to all the, like, problems that fan translations have. Mega Man is, like, it's not as difficult as having to play Final Fantasy V or Tales of Phantasia, right? We're not here for the plot, frankly.
Like, is there like an edited collection or like a Cambridge or like an Oxford Companion type situation that's all on like music and marketing or advertising? I feel like there is.
Yeah, there's a Oxford Handbook of Music and Advertising.
Okay, that's the one I must be thinking of. I'm like really interested to read up on what's in there. I'm gonna look it up. Because I knew James Duville has a thing in there.
It is not Elizabeth.
There's a good chapter on Carmina Burana in advertising.
That's fun.
That I used for this last chapter. I didn't use it actually, but I looked at it.
Alright. We'll do Cold Man first.
I love how that theme has been translated.
I love how all this music sounds like you could very easily put it as an 8-bit chiptune. But it uses like the most complex stuff the Super Nintendo has going for it at the same time. Does that make sense to y'all?
Mm-hmm. Oxford handbooks are so expensive. The music and advertising one is $175. Like,
Wow.
Yep.
This is why you wait for the AMS book sale, everyone. No, this is not still Demon's Crest.
No, it is not. I did update the title for what it's worth, so if you reload, it should go. Oh, okay. Ooh, almost dashed right off the edge. Yes, this is an amazing Mega Man game. Readily, it's my favorite Super Nintendo Mega Man game. And that includes the X series. I just like this one a ton. Now you'll notice I cannot get this one. That disc is Mega Man only, because Mega Man can slide in there. So when it comes to Mega Man X, I'm kind of like a hot takes person. I actually think 4 is the best of them. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. And I know people hate on those PlayStation games, but man, I think most of them are good. 4 and 5 are both excellent. 6 is not. Happy to acknowledge that they were not supposed to make a 6th game. The plot ends with Mega Man 5. Everybody dies, right? And then, yeah, sticking with my spicy take. 4 is the best of them. And it's the first game that is the only one in any contention with it. 2 and 3 really annoy me, because they force you to do the Robot Masters in a specific order to get the good endings. And I really like the freedom to just do what you want. That's what these games are about for me. I will note, though, that you absolutely must be a rock star to do these games. This one. This game in particular is very difficult. And it invites multiple playthroughs of each stage to get all those data discs as well, which we'll be looking at in just a second, because I did get 1 or 2 of them in this level. I will note that if you're Mega Man and you can't just aim your gun upwards, that little drone guy is really hard to deal with. I love that the game eventually demos stuff for you, that the later Mega Man games like show you how the power is used.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Alright, so let's pop over here to the data center now. Look, I found Roll's disc. Hates cockroaches. Did I find any other ones? I thought I got at least one more, but maybe not. Oh, I did. Look, it's Punk, who is the Game Boy 3 boss? Yes. Hates meetings. PTA meetings. But there are 100 little discs to find in all 8 stages and the opening level. Some of them are very hard to find, but it's very cool. You get like a little blurb about each Robot Master. And then you'll notice that the Robot Masters you unlock 3 of them. For each one of the initial 3 you unlock between 2 and 3 more. And then you unlock pathways to that crystal area and the final boss stage. You still must finish all 8. It's just they unlock in a different order now. We'll do one more. I love how ridiculously anime Burner Man is.
Oh, I love this level. So pretty.
That's a lot of your foot off the platform. Nope, there's no spot I can stand. I just have to do this. Mega Man, by the way, can fire through walls, and I cannot. I do agree entirely that this fits the jungle theme. It's not Burner Man's music. Yes, 100%. So if that guy drops an item, it'll tell you where the pit is. But otherwise, you've got this cold power now to do that with. Can't get that disc without killing ourselves yet, so we're not going to.
Colors in this stage have been really cool. Love how vibrant.
I like how Forte or Bass here, like when he fires his gun, he glows, like he feels powerful in this animation because of the slight color change. Love it.
So I was a little zoned out, and I'm agreeing with Darrell here that this is kind of musically incongruent. What type of stage would this score?
This is either,
Like,
it started as a jungle, visually, right?
Yeah.
It progressed into like...
Yeah, I'm saying musically though. Like, what does the music actually...
It reminds
Like,
me of like the
what type
Goofy
of level?
stage. Springman and Mega Man 7, maybe?
This feels Woodman to me. More Woodman than other... You know? This doesn't feel like it belongs in a very metallic level.
No.
Like this level feels too techy for this track.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a Mega Man staple, is that everything is robotic even when we're in like a natural space, right?
Right, but I mean, as opposed like if we were playing Mega Man 2 or something, this would be Woodman and not Metal Man here.
Oh, can't get that yet. That's too bad. Alright. Here's your Burner Man part of the level. That fire will kill you instantaneously, by the way.
Only you can stop force. Prevent them. Yeah, I guess you can't really stop.
If you're really ace, you can, like, kill that guy before he does anything, but you're probably not going to be doing that.
I like that dude. His nose looks like a vacuum cleaner. This is where I'm at, y'all.
I'm gonna die so that I get, I mean, this boss is hard. You can see the traps. Oh, these are bombs. He also throws out traps. But you notice the spikes on the sides here. I'll show you what's going on, now that I have full health. One of the things that the Mega Man series finally borrows from the X games here, that I think is an improvement, is that the weapons have greater damage against the bosses because they have greater utility against the bosses. Do you see how I shove Burner Man into the spikes with the wall? As long as I see him fall into the spikes, he'll take a lot more damage. Oh no! Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
I like that he, like, holds his wrist when he's hurt, too. There's, like, an injured pose, which is cool.
Oh, such good baseline. That, like, slap bass timbre is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the little boom on it, the little scoop down, slide, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a boss rush.
It's not, though, which is weird.
Yeah, it's
it
like
does
a
look
warp
like
area.
one.
Yeah, it looks like an early Wily Castle boss rush where you go into the pods.
I even think it kind of sounds that way, honestly. Yeah, Jarrell, 110%.
Alternate version of it. Why alternate? Why not just make all of them slap bass?
This little mini area before the final zone serves two purposes. One is to give you a lot of money, and two, to teach you that all the special weapons unlock different things in all the other stages. So like the fire weapon here burns down those little fire gates, right? The cold weapon can be shoved off of walls and be ridden on to get things.
I've got a fever and the only prescription is more slap bass. Yeah.
Legit.
I think that way more often than I think I need more cowbell. Not that I don't need cowbell, to be clear. I need slap bass more most of the time.
Alright. So right now, the only one of these I want is the ability to exit a stage after I finish the boss. You can find something you missed and immediately go back. Alright. The fire weapon actually works on the water guy in this game. I know that's weird. We'll do one more here.
Pirate Man.
What a great concept. for a Mega Man character.
That's the other thing, is I feel like Mega Man 7, and especially Mega Man 8, didn't really have great boss design. This game knocks it out of the park.
I like the music for this.
Yeah, I'm with Drill. I think this
You
is my
get like a
favorite one of them.
musical wave in that arpeggiation.
Yeah, I was like, this definitely feels like a water theme.
Especially with the timbre here.
Yeah, this timbre,
Yeah.
like, feels
That's water
good.
level. And the little reverby background. The way it's fading kind of gives you like an echo.
This is very, Nile Rodgers meets Madonna, Dress You Up in My Love.
Yep. Yes.
We just saw it there for a brief moment, by the way, but despite the fact that this gun looks awesome, in some cases it is, right? Firing upwards to defeat Coldman was really useful. Bass cannot move and fire at the same time, which is one of the core principles that Mega Man operates on. And changing that rule changes the way you have to play a lot of these stages.
Okay, so maybe we need it to be in 6.8 or 3.4 to be in fully underwater level, but maybe the fact that we are not, but we get this musical wave tells us that it's more beach than underwater. Although we do have an underwater portion here with these whales are phenomenal. Those are really good little mini boss designs.
I feel like this is also like 90210 goes to the beach.
Oh, bubble. Such good whales.
Oh no, buckets, hold on.
I love that he looks like he's like straining really hard in that bubble.
First, the bubble blowing up sound and the bubble popping sounds are both really good.
Yeah, they are. Alright, we'll try this one over here. Ah, so close, so close. Yeah, you've got to pivot pretty hard there to make that. Let's see if I do this. No, that's not going to be happening. Okay. Yeah, if you ride it all the way up here, through that you can get something. But we're not going to right now. Yeah, you come out from the top there.
Those sounds are just bizarre.
I'm green because I'm using a special weapon. Mega Man always changes colors when he equips different stuff. Though, the colors for base here are, like, counterintuitive. You would think red is, the fire one. Well, Mega Man becomes red for fire. Base is always the opposite, because he's, like, angsty about everything, I guess. This sees a return to, like, useful special weapons again, too, by the way. There's a lot of Mega Man games. And Dana kind of hinted at this when she was talking about playing Mega Man 4 last week. That over time, with the exception of Mega Man 2's Metal Blades and Mega Man 1's electric super blade of everything, the special weapons are not very good in a lot of Mega Man games, right? You're better off with the gun a lot of the time. Here, that's just not the case. The special weapons are all useful here, which is really nice.
That is nice. Because as we know, I made things harder on myself by being kind of stingy with wanting to use them and, like, just not exploring that enough, and that was to my detriment. So having Ryan go, oh, you can, use that weapon in this room, that was very helpful in a lot of places. And, like, should be more obvious, but I just had always, again, had that, like, hoard the elixirs in the JRPG mentality, which is ridiculous to do in a Mega Man game.
I'm gonna try to do this boss early. He's one of 2 repeats from Mega Man 8, and one of the only 2 good boss designs from Mega Man 8, which I really don't like, honestly. But Astro Man's very cool, and this stage is very cool, also. But I don't have the right weapon. This is challenge mode now. I will say that my dash is faster, though you probably can't tell, which is gonna help me a lot. And I got one other power-up that I'll be showing you in a little while here. Oh, I lied. Right now, to get that CD. Instead of the Rush Jet, Bass gets the Gospel boost there. From when he was a Mega Man 7 boss. The 2 of them combined with each other.
What's the name of this boss?
Astro Man. Can I just say I absolutely am in love with that ew sound effect?
Mm-hmm. It has some interesting sound in it, like chromatically. It's got some neat little intervallic motions up in here. What would be amazing is if I did a transcription of this and found out that it was like, had sections in like Lydian mode or something, and that was the connection to spaciness. Like one of my favorite tropes of all time is just how many space AG, like Jetson Z type things draw in Lydian mode. You have to play Simon.
There's a trope for you, sound effects.
I know that sound.
Yep.
So if you come down on top of the shield and actually hit him in the head there, it works, which is really smart. Oh, it's everybody's favorite. And the most optimistic thing in all of video games. Appearing blocks. Seriously, one of my favorite things in video games is that they are called appearing blocks, officially.
And not disappearing.
Right.
I love that it has a little, like, Tetris T-shaped block in the middle of it. Which is actually my favorite Tetris block, that little guy.
The T, huh?
I feel like that says a lot about a person, which Tetris block is their favorite. The sound is confusing the cat.
Oh man, we got a really easy pattern. That's awesome.
You just have to avoid hitting the middle one. That's the only hard part. So fun. Oh, look at the screen here with the green city in the background. So cool. And we have an upside down city as well, because, you know, we're in space, so gravity can be relative.
I like from a game design standpoint that the green is not, like, similar to the foreground at all. You're very unlikely to mistake that for something you need to look at, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Alright, this is going to take me a couple lives. This boss is so difficult. Oh no, it's Dynamo Man that's hard. I can do this guy. Whatever. I confused you for the wrong guy, Astro Man. I am still gonna die once, but I can do this now.
Looks like he's vomiting ectoplasm.
Who you gonna call?
Right?
Yeah. Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay. That is a rough start. I fully confess to that, Elizabeth. Thanks for the vote of confidence, though. I really appreciate it. Here, we'll save it right here. This is why I got the extra long fast dash, by the way. Because it gives me just the trajectory I need to deal with that nonsense. Got it. Alright, this is my favorite Robot Master ability in the whole Mega Man franchise. Which is why I wanted to play the one more stage here. So how about everybody in the chat? How has the first week of kind of the new semester of fall been going?
Yeah, tell us about what y'all are up to.
Check this out, Dana. You just leave a clone of yourself behind to do your job. It's the best.
I want one of those in real life.
Right? Yes, that absolutely. It does forget this is Mega Man's projectile that I'm firing as me right now, and it forgets that I'm base, so there is a way to shoot Mega Man's bullets here, but only temporarily. In any case... Oh, I think we've seen enough of that here. We're just kind of bouncing around to a couple things. Alright, I'll do it. I'm going to do one more that is just a ridiculous NES game that we can spend 15 minutes on and call it for the night here. But, where's load content? There it is. Somewhere in between Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden and a couple other games is this ridiculous title Load, load, load. All right, can you see this on Discord?
Power
Karen?
Blade.
Yep.
Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
This is...
So the people who own the Terminator sued over this. Well, I mean, you can see why.
Yeah.
And they lost, weirdly. So now you get to play Power Blade. Nova here is totally not Arnold Schwarzenegger because he wears a tank top and has a boomerang.
Love it.
Catch.
Oh, this sounds very Mega Man-y.
This is Ninja Gaiden meets Mega Man. In every way. Sound design. Listen to that, like, really gritty, punchy movement sound, even.
That's very... There's a Ninja Turtles-esque to this.
Yes. Like the Konami game that we played a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago. I feel like...
Oh god, was it
Everything's
that
2 weeks ago.
recently? Holy cow.
No, it was a few more weeks, but not that long ago.
Yeah, it really wasn't that long.
This whole soundtrack is wildly excellent.
Oh, I like it.
But you play as Arnold Schwarzenegger with super boomerangs, which is absurd.
This totally sounds like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I hear that 100% now that you've said it.
The way he runs cracks me up.
Isn't his animation priceless?
Got you with a chopper!
He looks like one of those guys in the memes from the 80s doing aerobics videos.
So, the way the sound effects were programmed, you can eventually unlock the ability to throw multiple boomerangs. I have 2. You can get 3. Here's 1. They all play at once. I think, yeah, if you just edge up a little bit, you can make that jump. Okay. And get this superpower where you turn into a giant mech for no reason. Because this is Japan. Alright, next game. Moving on here. And Karen mentioned Ninja Turtles. This is the scroll, Karen, from Ninja Turtles. Like the best of the special weapons. It's the exact sound effect, too.
Yeah.
I love you going, hello.
Alright, so in every stage you have to find...
supposed to be like Spy.
Yes.
He wasn't doing a very good job of just like waving as big as possible, like, hey, over here!
Right.
Not playing it cool at all. That running animation is so cute. Looks like he just really enjoys running. He's having a great time.
For sure. Alright, I've taken my 3 hits in my mech superpower now.
I rarely felt like I ever ran with that much.
I have never in my life been this excited about moving my body.
Even when I ran the half marathon, I was like, I don't like this.
So,
I don't like running.
Can you hear how ridiculous that repeated sound effect gets when I have 3 boomerangs out?
Yeah, I'm well aware of the copyright belonging to the person who took the image because Joe at various points has made comments about like photos he's taken of me. You know, and if I share them to Instagram or whatever, he's like, "Well, that's my copyright you're infringing."
So I'm gonna load. This game actually got a sequel, which defies all belief. But I'm gonna
Is it
load.
still Arnold?
Oh yeah, it's still Arnold. It's actually relatively rare on NES. It's the most valuable game in my personal collection. I have Power Blade 2 at home. But very quickly, Andrew is more right than he realizes here. The Terminator people sent over this notice, right? Hey, this looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. What's going on here? And they just mailed back a picture of this guy holding, like, just a T-square with sunglasses and a wife beater on. And they're like, okay, fine, man. Look at this Ninja Gaiden cutscene opening to Power Blade 2. Like, this guy's the bad guy, right?
Yes. He's got that 80s bad guy swoop.
Yes.
Who wears a red tie with a pink shirt?
Somebody with that hair swoop is the answer to that question.
You could totally get away with a red tie and a pink shirt. I'm just joking, but still. It's mostly the almost unibrow.
Yeah, that's true.
So the government is considering
at you all the time.
this guy's offer, and their response to his offer to sell the government robots is that we are gonna go destroy all the robots. I love Nintendo games. Also, the ongoing influence of Mission Impossible here, right? We cannot get involved if something happens to you. The other game that is an influence on this title, and it becomes very obvious with that absurd opening to this, and this is like Mega Man, like Power Blade 1, you can stage select whatever you want. Have any of you played Batman for NES, the Sunsoft title?
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
This game is in conversation with that title.
Okay.
And like Mega Man, Nova can slide now. It's exactly... Look at the dust plume left behind. It's Mega Man's slide. This is like copyright infringement here.
I'm too busy listening to the bass line. Well, all of it. Super chromatic melody line. Love it.
Both of these soundtracks are wildly excellent Nintendo soundtracks. This one has even more of a Konami Turtles vibe than the first one does. Unlike Mega Man, one cool little niche thing about this, let me go do it again. Nova maintains his momentum after a slide, so you can get nonsense like this.
Is that a hamburger, but blue?
Yes, it was a hamburger. I have eaten it. We're all good now.
What makes it blue? Should you really be eating a hamburger if it's blue?
Probably not, no.
I feel like that's a very bad sign. Oh my gosh, this track is so fun.
I love that wild syncopation in the line.
And that little descent.
It is et al. No periods, I don't think.
No, it's period after all, because all is an abbreviation of alt-rate.
There you go, Dana's correct.
Academic editor, y'all. Latin always gives you, like, fun things to think about, depending on what style guide you're in. I feel like I've seen that Dragon Bot in Mega Man already.
How do I do it? There we go, okay. I wanted to use E-Tank there. Unlike Power Blade 1, where the power armor was just 3 hits where you don't take actual damage, you have actual abilities in this edition of the game, which we'll get into shortly after I make this jump. Be in the newt suit, where I can climb the wall now, like a gecko or a newt.
I find it, and I don't know, Elizabeth, if you agree with me, I don't mind any style guide, but I have to, like, it's hard to switch back and forth quickly. I sort of have to, like, really get into a flow. Like, sometimes if I'm doing a lot of editing on APA 7 and then I suddenly get a Chicago, I, like, forget everything. Wait, how do I cite things? Hi, kitty. Hi. Hello, Miss Molly. Ah. Here. Look who it is.
It's Molly! Nice. I'm hearing a lot of feedback all of a sudden from somebody.
Is it me scratching my cat?
Maybe.
I don't hear it.
No,
I thought
now
it was
it's
from
now
the
it's
game.
done.
It seemed like it was aligning with the game, so I don't know.
Well, whatever it was, it's gone now. I think I might finish this stage out and then call us 10 minutes early tonight. Because I still
I think
have
that's a good idea.
my first class to get ready for in the morning. Well, my first streaming class. I've had 2 already, and they went okay. But... oh, no. Oh, fail. Well, we might pull it there, then. Oh, no. Because I think I go back, like, 3 zones, right? Yeah. But if you find yourself in need of a cool Nintendo chiptune soundtrack or 2, give these games a whirl. They're very hard, but the music slaps. All very good.
The music is awesome. That's baller.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of those. And then that Rockman and... why was it Forte? Because you also had said Rockman and Bass. Was that a
It's
translation
Mega
thing?
Man and Bass, Rockman and Forte. I mixed my English and Japanese
right.
names.
Mm-hmm.
It was released in North America on the Game Boy Advance. The catch is that edition is terrible because it shrinks your screen size that you can see in an already difficult game, which makes it even harder. And Super Nintendo ports of Game Boy Advance games don't sound good. Right? The Game Boy Advance chip just doesn't have the oomph that the Super Nintendo does. Final Fantasy 5 and 6 on Game Boy Advance in particular, not great as a result. But that's where the good translations are until... ooh, look at me tying everything together. Next week, both Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster will be out, And unfortunately, we have some very important, awesome company coming, so I can't stream it. Given, all of you have noticed that Julianne is not with us
Oh,
tonight.
you mean like you personally have important company? Like
Yes, like I do. I have
thought you
like
meant like for the
guests
stream.
coming.
I was like, who's coming?
No, I wish. We'll find somebody to come in, but no, we have one of Addie's bridesmaids is coming to visit with her family for a couple days. And so we will not be streaming next weekend. I strongly suspect, because if you know anything about any of us, we cannot stream Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster without Julianne, who is not here today. I strongly suspect that she may not be here next week as well. So maybe giving us the extra week before we start that is good. I just want 1 week, everybody, where there's no news, where nothing happens to anybody. Right? All of us are like, oh yeah, it's fine. Everything is boring. I haven't said that to folks in a long time now. And I don't miss holding up doing nothing. But I miss that nothing happens to everybody. Right? No flooding in New York. No craziness with, well, all of you know. Right?
No health stuff, no tornadoes, no.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No
Hopefully we've got
underemployment, no.
a boring week ahead of us. That's what I want for everybody.
Yeah. May everyone have a boring week.
That's
Yes,
right, and a boring
please.
week. Lots of coffee. The coffee shop in my building closed. Hyper sad about that. Yeah, I am
Ooh,
not pleased.
possessed by a 300-year-old witch soul. I mean, those are some plans.
That
That
seems
doesn't sound very boring.
rad, honestly. I'm all about that idea. Oh, now, do you know who is streaming right now that we are going to raid? Is 88-Bit Music is streaming right now.
Oh, let's go see Rob. That'll be
Yes,
fun.
let's do that.
Good night, folks.
Good night, all.
All right, start raid for 88-Bit Music. All right, bye everybody.